Hey, what is going on, guys? This is SMAB Reviews, and today we are going to take a look at the new album from Melanie Martinez titled K-12. So, with this album, I'll be upfront, I had never heard Melanie Martinez before, and I saw that she released the movie thing with it, so I chose I'm going to start with the movie. I'm going to watch the movie before I hear the album at all, because with Janelle Monáe's Dirty Computer. Honestly, I feel like watching her movie or whatever she called it along with it really added to it for me. So I wanted to give it a chance and actually watch it how I assume she wanted it to be consumed. I'm not a movie critic. I'm not going to review the movie. I'll say that I didn't really enjoy the movie, but the movie was not probably the biggest problem here. So I don't typically like to be the type to just totally rag on something. I want to give it a fair chance, and I did give this album a fair chance. I saw it was going to be probably a little cheesy just based off of song titles like The Principal, Wheels on the Bus, Nurse's Office, Drama Club. I thought it would be a little cheesy, but this album it surprised me. So what I mean by that is this album is supposed to be a metaphor. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I think that this album is supposed to be just literally about the nurse's office. These are supposed to be metaphors for the government, our social climate, the president, and honestly, she seems to think she's a little more clever than she is because these metaphors just slap you in the face. Like the bus driver, it's obviously at least some form of our government, how of the US government, how they turn a blind eye to things going wrong. The principal is obviously representative of the president, but yet it just seems like she thinks she's so clever. She's so intelligent for coming up with these brilliant metaphors. But I don't know what she thinks. It doesn't matter. Regardless, these metaphors are so blatantly obvious that they just smack you in the face. So now let's take this on a very surface level look because, when you're dealing with metaphors, you need the surface level to actually mean something. But this album, it's really just like almost a oversimplification of high school drama because it seems like it's something that's trying to relate with kids, but it almost sounds condescending. It almost sounds like all these problems that the kids are having, like cheating in relationships, or at least like liking someone that doesn't like you back, or like the principal who's bad, who does bad things. It sounds like it just seems like it's kind of mocking the kids that might be actually experiencing this. It seems very condescending, which doesn't make sense in the overall actual like subtext of this, and it being the government, because it's making fun of all of us. Also, as someone who is going to school to be an educator, don't love it whenever teachers are the target. But regardless, that's such a minor note. That is not the main problem here. It's trying to be political. It's trying to make a statement, but it's one so overdone and so done before that it just doesn't say anything new at all. This release is literally probably the worst thing I've listened to since I begun this channel, and probably one of the worst albums that I've ever heard. I know Melanie Martinez has a strong fan base, and I apologize for those that really do like this album. But if we take it on the absolute surface level text, it seems like it's targeted for a very, very young demographic. It's condescending to anyone older, and it mainly, like, it sounds like she's like, I feel like sixth graders would most identify with this. It's just aimed at a younger audience, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but she's trying to market it as an older album. I mean, but like I said, when you get into high school, these problems are much more complex than she's representing them and really just downplaying them. Like, we have songs like Wheels on the Bus, which literally takes the melody of Wheels on the Bus and builds on it. And it could have worked, but it just doesn't. The actual sound that she creates with it does not work. It's a terrible song, and for that matter, so are all these songs. Some of the songs are maybe just inoffensive, like just don't have anything wrong. Like I don't remember really having too much of a problem with like High School Sweethearts. That being said, so many of these songs just absolutely get on my nerves. I think it's awful. I think that this release is awful. Melanie Martinez kind of just, I don't like her voice that much. I don't like her musical style. And I really don't like the content or the subtext and the actual text here. The lyrics are absolutely atrocious. I think that's just so condescending. It's so disrespectful. And she even makes a shot at her own fan base, which, you got to respect an artist for being able to do that. 21 Pilots has done it, and I do respect them for that. But it just. It just baffles me. This release, it just is so terrible. It's condescending to almost everyone. It's so in your face with its metaphor. It really sounds like it's supposed to be an album for, like an album that you'd play in a preschool class. Now, not with some of the language or the actual lyrics, but just sonically and like on a surface level, yeah, it just it's really bad. I really really hate this release. You know what? It may be a big step, but because there's just so little here and so much that's actually offensive, not just bad, but offensive, I'm going to give this my first ever 0 out of 10. What did you guys think of this? Please let me know. I don't recommend it at all, but if you want to see what I'm talking about, go check it out or watch the movie because the movie is really cheesy and corny, and even there, those metaphors just smack you in the face. All and like it's terribly like it just randomly cuts to different scenes that don't seem to make much sense. It doesn't seem like a good movie. Whatever. I'm not a movie critic. What do I know? I don't like it. I do not like K through 12. Almost sound like a Dr. Seuss rhyme. But what did you guys think? Please let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.